tune in today for this episode of Chick Chat and Chill, because we are going to talk about those little things that are just so annoying, especially with roommates or potentially spouses. So stay tuned. Welcome to Chick Chat and Chill. I'm Laura Fickett, your co-host. I own Fickett Financial Education and Business Coaching, where I want to help you become wealthy, but I can't do that unless you call me. Let's set up a free consultation and we will figure out your finances today. Before we get into this topic, let's hear from Antoinette.
Hi, I'm Antoinette. I'm the one of Pixel This. So let's hope that it's not your logo that's something small and annoying, because I can help fix that. But, whatever your design needs, we're here to help you as well. So today's topic, I was thinking of things, and the first thing that popped in my head is I have this thing with nail clipping.
Oh, yeah.
I think most people are like, oh, it's kind of gross to do it in public, but I have this thing where even the
In public?
Yeah, there's I've had people
in common areas in your home. I think it's gross. Like in public, people
No. I was when I was working in the Snapple office, one of my coworkers broke out, and to me, it's gross in general, but the sound is like nails on a chalkboard with me.
God.
Like anything with flicking the nails
and not their toenails.
I don't know. I didn't want to know. I literally just blew a gasket because I'm like, I can't stand that sound. What are you doing? I'm gonna literally strangle you unless you put it with a finger. So,
I just don't understand why people can't go in the bathroom for stuff like that.
I don't know.
What is wrong with them?
Yeah, that's just when it comes to those personal hygiene things, keep it personal.
But then again,
there's a reason it says personal hygiene.
Why does it bother us?
I don't know. For me, it's the sound. For me, it's more the sound than the act.
I feel like we should have a call-in psychologist for our episodes. I really do. It would be so helpful. If you want to volunteer your services, reach out to us. I don't like chewing, with their mouth open.
Yeah.
The gum, smacking gum, or any of that kind of if you're a horse or something like that, that's perfectly fine. If you're gonna chew you're a bunny rabbit, I'm okay. But if you're a human, I don't want to hear your saliva. I just don't. I don't even like when my dog, I don't even like my dog licking himself.
When you started with whore, I thought you were going to a totally different place.
Horse.
I was like, where are you going? Horse. I get it.
Horse. S-E.
Yeah.
I mean, they chew loudly. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I give them, the benefit of the doubt that that's how they are supposed to chew. But you're a human. Zip it. Come on. Especially when I was younger and I worked in a cubicle and there's other people around. You want to go full on farm at your house by yourself, then do whatever you got to do. But when you're around people, just think.
Yeah.
And there's little things that I can deal with, and I don't know why they annoy me, constant throat clearing. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But once you hear something, then you tune into it.
And it's okay, that was 5 times in a minute. Or if they're sniffling, why don't they just blow their nose?
You're giving them a tissue box.
Yeah.
They're no, I don't need it.
Yeah, you do.
You do. You really do.
But what was I going to say? The other thing, if I had to name 2 things that drive me crazy. So first is the nails.
Oh yeah.
This is the second thing that I will literally come to blows with this is people who cut in line. I don't know, for some reason that just
in a car or just
no, in a store. So I was in one of those big box stores, I don't know, a month ago. And so first of all, I'm buying something in the big box store and it's seafood. And I don't know if they covered it in the cheapest saran wrap. So I'm going to, pay and the thing breaks open and then I get seafood juice. So I smell lovely at this point.
Oh yeah. It's what every girl wants, to be smelling like fish.
Yeah. So then I the lady just saw that one of the workers is just go to customer service. That just shouldn't have happened, So I'm waiting there, and the line is like ridiculously long. So I'm waiting and waiting, and the guy's like, so this is going so slow. The guy in front of me starts talking. And then all of a sudden, this other woman comes in and just kind of steps, because there's ropes that you go around. So she steps in on the other side of the ropes, like
she's going to be next in line.
Yeah, and I said, excuse me. Like, I've been here like literally 40 minutes. You're not next. She's like, no, there are 2 lines. I'm like, no, there's not. That's the entrance in. That's the entrance out. So anyway, I won't blow up the story forever, but it was like this whole big thing. She wouldn't budge. So finally, like, I got up there, made the thing, and I go to leave, and I go, again, you're standing in the exit. I can't leave now. And she goes, no, this is another line. I'm like, lady, you got to move.
Did you have a carriage?
I go, yeah. So
Why
that's what I
did.
did.
Run her over?
Well, that's what I did. And then she called
Carriage
me.
rage by Antoinette.
She called me a biatch, but I was like, whatever. Well, like,
means
I'm
being in total
gonna rub
control
my
of
fish juice shirt all over you. But that just
That's
pisses
something
me off.
you don't hear every
like,
day.
No, but those were like the 2 things that I literally just drive me bonkers. Other stuff is mildly annoying to me, but those
What about in a car when they like won't merge? They won't zipper.
like, to me, that's annoying, but it's not to the point where I'm going to be yelling out of my window at them.
Well,
you know?
I have a friend was getting on. The person did not want to zipper, didn't want to get behind them, and ended up hitting their car.
Wow.
Then they had to pull over, wait for the police, all kinds of stuff. Like, crazy.
Yeah. I've done that where I actually,
Block them in? You don't
well,
let them
I don't
go?
let them like, if you're behind me and you're just trying
Stay
to be
behind me.
Yeah.
That's where you belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that with, I know this is probably a horrible thing and I'll probably get a whole legal mess, but I had this car that I had a couple things where, again, I would like fight people in traffic and they would hit me. So I just kept saying, go ahead. So I had one person hit me with something, one person, then I'd file an insurance claim, get the money, then another person would, and then I saved up money for a new car.
If you're listening to this, don't try it at home. I feel like some people in Palm Coast, Florida, that's where we're from, where we're recording right now. I feel like they do that on purpose. Like, I've had people do the most random crazy things, and I'm like, do you want to be run over? Like, is that what you're looking for right now? Because like, we're this close.
Yeah. Oh my God. But then speaking of driving, obviously everyone hates the slow people in the left lane. Another thing I'm not a fan of is trucks in the left lane. And I always try to rationalize this in my head. I'm like, you know that the law is no trucks in the left lane. And then in my head, I'm like, and the speed limit's also 70. So, and here I am at 85. But that law makes a difference in me breaking speeding.
Is perfectly fine. Or like when people have the trailers and the trailer's got these little tires and they're like towing it at 70 miles an hour when the trailer's not supposed to go over like 40 or something. Yeah. And the thing's bouncing all around. You're like, this is just
this is someone
accident waiting to happen.
You need to pass them as quickly as possible.
I know. When the police pull you over, be like, this was a trailer. I had to go. I had to go fast.
Yeah.
There's like people that love to hear themselves talk. I don't love that either. Like, that's not really like a small thing, but the ones that you're trying to have a conversation with them and you know they're just waiting for their turn to speak some more. Like, they like totally aren't listening to anything you're saying and they just want to speak and speak and speak. And I'm just like, it's like a little annoying thing.
Yeah.
And I try to exit those conversations as quickly as possible because they just want to. Wait a second.
It's not even a conversation.
Disclaimer,
it's a monologue.
Disclaimer: if they're over like 65 or 70, I will totally. I'll totally stand there and listen all day long.
Yeah. No, that's
But if you're like 40s and 50s, then go into the mirror and talk to yourself. I cannot stand that. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Or pen clicking.
Oh, that's another. Any of those weird sounds where they do toe tapping or things on the
pen clicking, or like I have had. It's a rare occurrence, a little bit more so down here, but people that like chew on a toothpick don't enjoy that kind of stuff or pick their teeth.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that. Yeah.
No. Like, what is, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I have some little annoying habits. I know I have one. Like,
what's yours?
No.
You brought it up.
I'm like, my husband's calling in right now. I can tell you. I know exactly what it is.
But
Sometimes like the back of my throat, like I want to scratch it, or like, you know, how like the back of your ears, you want to scratch it. And most people will do like the throat clearing, but I do this clicking noise that drives my husband insane.
Aw,
He
aw.
says it's like a pig. We're not
more
going to
like
do
a
it.
squeal. But
But if you're out there, it does scratch the back of like your throat and the back of your ears. Instead of the
yeah.
like, that sounds like an angry thing. At least my little pig noise is kind of cute.
Wilbur. One thing that drives me crazy is people that, a couple things, that they're last minute with everything. So you're trying to plan something with them and you're like, oh, you know, we should get together. Yeah. Well, how about this Saturday? I don't know. Like they physically, like it hurts them to plan something ahead. I call that like delayed or ineffective decision making.
Or
you know?
sometimes I will translate it for you. It's like, I'm waiting to see if something better comes
up.
along.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then yes, I will go to the festival with you or whatever it is.
No.
That's, I think for some people, that's what
For
it
some
is.
people it is, but other people, I knew this one guy that I dated where he felt like trapped if he made any sort of a head plan. It was like, that's so constraining and whatever. We'll probably see each other that day anyway. Yeah, but why plan? Like, it was just crazy. And then
No spontaneity here.
no, but then I don't mind being spontaneous, like going with the flow, but things come like this to me, you can't just make a decision. And then the other thing that annoys me are people that they'll accept oh yeah, I could do that, knowing full well they're going to cancel.
Yeah.
They accept
They're
because
constant yes people.
Yeah.
But they should say no.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
I don't like when people wear their socks to bed. Like if you are going to do like a whole Mr. Rogers thing and sit at the foot of the bed and change your socks before you get into bed into fresh, clean socks, I can be okay with that.
Okay.
But don't wear your socks all day and then get into bed with socks on.
Okay. I was gonna say one of my nicknames that someone had for me was Socksy because I always wear socks to bed, but they are new socks.
Yeah, if you're going to do a whole Mr. Rogers, sit on the bench, sing a song, like change your socks, whatever, and then get in bed, I'm okay. I'm okay with that because it's clean
I'm actually
socks.
gonna do that tonight.
Oh, well, maybe you could do a video. You can
It's
upload
a
it.
lovely day in my bedroom.
It's a beautiful day.
I need a
is what the
friend.
words
I
are.
need a friend.
In her bedroom.
Yeah.
That's no. Like, I think that there should be this whole handbook that when you move in with somebody, like when you get married or whatever, that people should have to read. For example, like if you're a snooze person and the other person is not a snooze person, that's very annoying.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm not a snooze person. Maybe a 5-minute snooze, but I'm not a snooze.
Like it's the 13th snooze. Like get the F up. You know?
Right. Once the alarm goes off, like I'm up. I can't go back to sleep. So if you're gonna sit there and snooze all the time, like you got me up a half an hour early, just set your alarm a half an hour later.
Yeah.
That's really, really bad. Or unfinished chores. Like if you're gonna take out the trash, then put a new trash thing in there. Like don't halfway do something and then want like a little pat on the back. I took out the trash. Yes, but you didn't put anything back in there
Yeah.
for the rest of the trash that needs to come in.
I'm guilty of that because like I'll take out the trash and then I'll like go to throw my eggshell in there and I'm like, oh great. Now I got to clean out the trash
Like,
can.
darn
again.
it, Antoinette! What is wrong with you? You won't do it anymore now that we just had this conversation, though.
I'll think of you every time I look at my trash can.
I'm not like that.
And
doesn't
putting
make
on my
me happy.
socks. And
That
putting
doesn't-
on my socks.
Well, if you're going to think about me before bed, I mean, it's not going to be any different than what normally happens.
But then I'm trying to think. The other thing that I would say is the door opening. So the people that don't open the door or the people that don't say thank you. Like to me, that's just part of being human. And I know I've met guys, sometimes they're like, I'm very chivalrous. And I go, well, what do you do that's chivalrous? You know, like I love chivalrous
The bare
guys.
minimum.
And they're like, I open doors. I go, that's called being human. Like,
How else would you get in?
No, but
or when you let a car go,
Yeah.
you're like, go ahead. And then they don't just do the little wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like even when I do, like when I'm driving and I let like a tractor trailer in front of me, whatever, I flash, I let them in front, they do the little brake,
Yeah.
like tap or whatever, just to say like, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's just nice.
Yeah, like those simple things make a huge difference, you know?
In humanity.
Yeah.
They make you seem like a real human and not a bot
Yeah.
walking around through life.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing. The other thing is, I'm trying to think.
There's so many like small things. And I know there's this whole book, like don't sweat the small stuff. And then it's all small stuff. But sometimes you just can't. I mean, we both try to stay positive and all kinds of stuff. But let's be realistic. Some of these things are really annoying.
Yeah.
So when there's certain things when people speak, like I don't like, and that's another one where if I hear one or two.
Profanity. Like if it's a profanity.
I don't like a lot of
circus,
profanity. Yeah, I just can't. I was never like, there was a comedian when I was younger, like Andrew something.
Oh, yeah.
You know who he is. But it was all profanity. I don't like it.
Yeah.
After a while, it just gets too much, you know, so.
And I think it's one of those things, like there are certain things with me, I'm pretty easygoing with plenty of things. I mean, there's the couple things that I mentioned that I'm like, but if your partner or your friend or whatever is like, over something that you're okay with, just be cognizant of it and just, you know, like for me, I couldn't care less which way the toilet paper goes. Could not care less. So happy to put it on whatever way, you know.
It should go over.
But same thing with like, you know, like people spaz out about like the toothpaste or the, you know, a lot of that stuff doesn't bother me so much.
No, yeah. I don't care if you're squeezing from the bottom or
the
it looks
top.
like you strangled it or whatever. It doesn't bother me.
I mean, it's toothpaste. Like,
yeah. Just my kids, sometimes they don't like they spit in the sink and then they don't wash that out.
That's
Like
kinda
I
gross. Yeah.
don't really like that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not that annoying.
But I think it's one of those, like, I think we all have pet peeves. And I remember I was trying to look up different things. And there's this one philosophy of Carl Jung or however people say it. But he had this thing where when it comes to couples, like a male has a female side and a female has a male side. Like in every personality, there's kind of the yin and yang. And what they said is where a lot of like heads butt is if you're, let's say, a female and you're male, you're expecting to be like strong and this, and then all of a sudden instead they end up being, I don't know, freaked out about the spider, and you're like, you know, like it's those things where you're expecting something different of them than they give you, and that's where some of these things happen. Or a lot of men with females, you know, the female you're nurturing, and, you know, so if all of a sudden you're left, you know, something happens and the female instead is like strong and decisive and not this nurturing, caring thing because they're sick, then again, they get upset.
Or you've just cried wolf too many times. Like every day you say you don't feel good. And then the woman has to be the man and be like, put your big girl pants on and quit your crying.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
My
daughters have like an ick list.
Oh, okay.
They have compiled this list of dating icks, like things that are gross. And I remember my daughter put on the list like guys that are cold. Like she thinks that's an ick. Like she's like, if I have to give you my jacket or my sweater, like
yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Yeah, I can see that.
Like in all the movies and whatever, you know, the guy always puts his blazer on the girl. She's usually cold and whatever. Like if a guy's super cold, then that's like
I never thought of that, but that would be an ick. Yeah.
Yeah, right. They have like this ick list of things.
The other thing is like not returning shopping carts. I just
bet you guys would pay for that ick list. My daughters are always looking how to make more money. Like,
yeah, really. I'll sell you my ick list and then helping your dating. But the shopping cart thing, does that bother you?
What shopping cart
like
thing?
Not returning a shopping cart to where shopping carts go.
I actually find it annoying that people wipe down their shopping cart. And I don't know why. Yeah. But I'm just like, you're going to be walking all over the place. Like, It's not, I always think to myself, like, these are adults and they wipe down the shopping cart. I don't mind the moms wiping it down because the kids are going to put their hands there because kids put their hands in their mouth, right? Like, so of course you want the surface to be clean, but these are adults. They wipe down the shopping cart, then they go about shopping. And like, I'm thinking, are you like putting your hands in your mouth that you can't wash your hands when you get home?
Yeah, then
Like,
you're picking up
just wash your
packages
hands.
that probably other people have handled.
Or they've been in warehouses for who knows how long and whatever. Like just wash your hands all the time as an adult. You wipe down the shopping cart if you got kids, because kids put their hands in their mouth and you want them to be clean. But like, and we're in Florida. It's 2026. I still don't understand people wearing masks. Like,
oh no,
like
that
in their car,
that
in the
annoyed me when it was
supermarket.
actually a thing. Let alone.
I don't get it anymore. Like, especially like they'll put the mask in their pocket and then they take it out, it falls on the ground, then they put it back on. I'm like, oh, this is so gross. Like everything about this whole entire thing is so gross.
Yeah.
And let's face it, like most of those masks, like if I fart in your face, you can smell it. So really, what are you filtering here? Like,
Let's not try that. I'll take your word for that.
oh my gosh. Here's like kind of like a little thing that was like really annoying is that my son had his friend come visit and his friend brought his girlfriend. The first time we ever meet her, she's sitting at our table for dinner and she farted.
Oh my goodness.
Like loud too. Like it was like clearly you had to push that one out. Like it wasn't just a little like a little
oh my god. What did
like,
everyone do? Like
my other daughters were like horrified. They were like, what? And she laughed it off. And then later on, she asked for ice cream. And I'm like, no, you're lactose intolerant. And we've already heard.
We've already established that.
We've already heard the outcome. So no ice cream for you.
Oh,
You're
that's
shut off.
funny.
But
Oh,
like,
that's funny.
But like inappropriate manners.
Yeah.
Like, I think, if you're new to an environment, like kind of go in, don't be burping and farting or swearing or insulting or like have some sort of,
Yeah.
modesty and manners.
Yeah. I agree with
Like,
that.
if not, it's just weird.
Now-
That one was really weird.
Now I have to.
That one goes in like the Fickett book of like weird stuff that has happened at our dinner table.
But the other thing that I'm thinking is with texting. So I've said before, but I hate small talk. Like where you'll get a call from. It's like, what's
gonna
up?
text her
How
right
are
now.
you?
Hi.
And then it's like, like, what's up? Like, I don't know. You're not
The
my
sky.
Like, I don't have to sit there and give you the lowdown of what is going on with my life. Like, who are you to me? Or when people. I mean, this is a lot on like dating sites where you'll ask like a thoughtful question and then they give like a blah response or they really didn't pay attention to the question. And then they're like, how about you? So they can't even come up with their own original conversation. Everything is your question back at you, which I find that annoying. And then another thing that drives me, that I think this is in the ick pile with men, is too many GIFs. Like when they send, those like moving pictures.
Oh, GIFs.
Yeah.
I thought you're not. If some guy is randomly just sending you a lot of presents, you take that.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll take GIFs.
with a T.
Yeah. But yeah, the moving GIFs where they think it's funny and a lot of them are just really stupid. Like we had this, I'm probably like going to oust somebody, but I had this big summit or whatever with work. And there was this gentleman there who was supposed to be big into marketing. And his joke throughout him speaking was like, I know I look 10 or whatever. And his whole thing is with these GIFs. I'm like, you're act 10. I think that's why like adults aren't, like.
If you keep sending me South Park images, like.
It's just weird. And it's just like a stupid little mini video of like a cat falling off a table or somebody going like, I think you could work them in. I remember
If they're thoughtful ones, like
Yeah.
I'll send my best friend some about perimenopause and whatever, like, because we're both talking about it and whatever, then it's fine. But yeah, if they're just randomly sending you,
no, when it's like almost
Pictures.
everything. And sometimes
especially
they
a designer, like, know your audience.
Exactly. But there was like I'll give you an example of a funny one. Like I was having, it was at the end of like a small group at church. So we were doing like a big dinner with everybody. And somebody asked like, oh, is anyone vegetarian? Because we're trying to come up with like kind of like a potluck. And I was like, no, this is not a vegetarian thing. This is meat eaters. So this person did a GIF of like, it was like a dinosaur grabbing things and chucking it. And it was like so hysterical. So again, if everything she ever sent was a GIF, it probably wouldn't. But it's
every now and then.
It's just funny. But
I don't like unsolicited advice. I was just thinking about that too.
Yeah.
Like I'm sometimes I think I'm a great wife. Of course, right. But sometimes I think I'm a little mean, I suppose. And my husband, he knows so much information, like so much about so much stuff. I tell him sometimes like he's an abundant source of useless information, but like that's not
play
true.
Jeopardy.
Oh my goodness. If you guys want a trivia partner, my husband is the guy. But sometimes like you're just, as a woman, you're just saying stuff and you don't want the advice. And if the advice is like a lengthy thing, I'll say, listen, time out. Like, I did not subscribe to this lecture series. Like, and it happens like out and about too. Like, you'll just be talking to somebody about like, I don't know, like there was, frost on my windshield or whatever. And then they go into this whole lecture series about how you could use this and you could use a credit card and you could use this and you could use that. And I'm just like, I did not subscribe to this lecture series.
Yeah.
I was just making conversation. Like,
no, I
it's
don't.
kind of mean to say that. Like, I didn't subscribe to this lecture series, but
yeah,
he loves me for who I am.
Or the people they ask for advice, and this I've heard both camps.
Oh gosh,
there's people that ask for advice, and then they'll do something different, and then the people that gave the advice are upset. Like, why ask if you're just going to do your own thing? And my response is because it's their life. Maybe
they can do whatever they want. I think they ask though because they want you to tell them the answer they want. Yeah,
that could be it. That could be it.
My daughter will do that to me sometimes, and she tells me straight out, like, would it be irresponsible of me to do XYZ? I'm like, if you're asking,
you know the answer.
You know the answer. Like, you just want me to be like, no, go ahead, spend $1,000 on that sweater. Like, it's perfectly fine.
Oh my God.
But yeah, they already know the answer. So sometimes I think they're just wasting your time.
Yeah.
But yeah, let them do whatever they like. You're in control of yourself, right? So just don't continue to give them advice. That's what I say. If you're going to constantly ask and you don't take it, then I've deemed you as somebody that just asks for the fun of it, and I'm just not going to give it to you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I control myself. Take responsibility for your own stuff.
Well, that's another
people
thing.
That don't take
Oh my God, that's a huge pet peeve. As soon as you said that, I was like, everything is everyone else's fault.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my God, I fell down the stairs and that's because my son.
Because they're too steep and I had socks on.
And it was the builder and my son called my name and, it's like, nothing is their fault. Like nothing.
Gravity.
Exactly. Damn Mother Nature.
Gravity pulled me down that flight. We gotta wrap things up.
Oh, I know. So, but we hope you had fun joining us. Yeah. So
with our crazy conversations.
So next week we're going to talk about some good books. So, I know Laura's an avid reader, and I go through phases. Like sometimes I do book after book after book, and then other times I wait. But to me, I'm always looking for good recommendations, and hopefully, you guys can. Benefits from some of the things we learned or interesting ones.
I don't know why this just popped in my head, but like 20 years ago, I was networking and this woman was talking about how she wrote a book, and it's how to have SEX in the woods. Like, there's actually a book out there. She wrote it.
Oh,
somebody
my God.
I knew up in New England. I don't know why that just randomly popped into my head.
Figure it out.
It actually is more complicated than you think. Like, you have to be aware of pine needles and mosquitoes and like anthills and all kinds of other things.
Oh, my.
I never read the book, but there's all kinds of good books. That's not one we're probably going to recommend next week. But we do have to close everything out. But people do ask us, people ask me, like, what's a good book to read? And I do read some fiction and nonfiction. Antoinette is more nonfiction. But we'll tackle that topic next week. So stay with us every single week. You can binge watch now because we've got over 50 episodes. Yep. We're in our second year here in the podcast, and we love that you guys love us. So
yeah. So until next week, never stop laughing
and never stop learning. We'll see you soon.